Dungeons & Dragons is kind of like mid right now, and that's maybe giving it too much credit than it's worth. It is not very exciting to me these days. I'm happy to play in the game that my friend Dave is running, but it's not something I really find any interest in, which is kind of annoying, because it's the 50th anniversary in 2024. I should like it. I should be excited, but nothing about this year in books for the 50th anniversary is exciting me. It's all very boring. With Dungeons & Dragons turning 50 in 2024, that is almost as old as Matt. That is, WotC decided that instead of bringing out the big guns, they're going to bring out the little squirt pistols. Let's talk about what's going on this year for the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons, and why it's shit at this point. Woo! One of our biggest books is Descent into the Caverns of Tsojcanth. That's how I learned to pronounce it. S4, I learned from an old D&D player that's how they used to pronounce it back then, so S4. Never played it, but read it. One of Gygax's, I would say it's got more than a cult following. A lot of people like that one. But you know what? Spelljammer had a cult following, and, well, you know how I felt about that one. How they remade that for 5th edition. Here's a little snippet from my, review.
Fucking thing sucks!
Yeah, so 5th edition likes to take good classics and, like, fuck them. Like, Temple of Elemental Evil, when they screwed it up with the Princes of the Apocalypse, and the only thing I think they did better was the Curse of Strahd, but everyone knows that I like Curse of Strahd. So how are they going to screw this one up? It's one of Gygax's beloved module, and they're probably going to do something with it that is just gonna screw it up. They said that they're putting tournament-style rules in there. And remember, Tomb of Horrors was originally written as a tournament-style module, and look at how 5th edition massacred that.
Look how they massacred my boy.
They're going to try to put tournament rules in this game, and 5th edition just doesn't support tournament rules because what's the point of even trying to make the game hard when all of your characters are fucking superpowered to begin with? I don't know. What's the point of trying to recreate the tournament rules and try to bring back the whole love of the game and the love of testing your mettle against the DM when the DM isn't given the tools to even put any kind of challenge for the players, other than maybe giving them like a CR 1000. D&D is fucking boring, and the DM has absolutely zero tools given by them in the books to actually make a good game. So, okay, so the second big module, really, that's supposed to come out is Vecna Eve of Ruin. Now, Vecna is a really cool witch. Really cool, just iconic, you know, imagery comes to mind with the hand and the eyeball, and Vecna Lives, which was a Greyhawk supplement module, and I've read through that. It had some really cool crescendos at the front and a big crescendo at the end. The middle was a little bit boring. I never played it. I found it more. I just read it, but it was something I always wanted to run. I thought it would be cool to run it in a 5th edition. But now they're going to put it into 5th edition, and I feel like it's not going to go very well. It's might be the only module that goes to level 20. So that's the only thing to really look forward to. You want some support on rule support for playing past level 15? Well, maybe this will actually do it. The only thing cool about this is that, again, level 20, and that Vecna's in it. But WotC and Hasbro caring more about their shareholders than they do about the legacy of their game, they're probably going to find a way to fuck it up. Okay, so the next big kind of book that's coming out with that is sort of akin to Tales of the Yawning Portal. It's Tales of the Infinite Staircase, based off of the original writings and modules of Monty Cook, which is in a Cook book. That's kind of funny. Winds of Change was my favorite module in that book. that Monty Cook put out. I just really like murder mysteries and the idea of, going around the elements, yada yada yada. I don't want to give too much away, but that is the only thing that's kind of giving me a little bit of hope in the 5th edition of 2024. It was such an iconic book, and I love Monty Cook stuff. He does a lot of really cool stuff. Numenera, and his Monty Cook games. Everything he produces is just pretty much dang spot on. And I'm just concerned that they're going to do the 5th edition thing of let's steamroll it and take all the challenge out of it and then just vanilla it to make it less nerdy and more pop culture-y for everybody. The only thing that might be good from the staircase, and I don't know if it's going to tie into Planescape, because, it is Planescape. It's another Monty Cook thing. Is that maybe that would be a good way to, bring Vecna into Forgotten Realms and stuff. Because Vecna was Greyhawk. If I recall, you had to save Earth. Earth. And so Planescape and Tales from the Infinite Staircase might actually do an okay job of trying to tie everything together. They're definitely trying to do like the MCU, multiple timelines, multiple worlds, multiple universes kind of thing. I don't really... I mean, that's what they should have done in Spelljammer, but, they decided to fuck that up. But, yeah. The only other thing that I think is even slightly exciting, and the one that I might actually spend my money on, is the Making of D&D, that book. I just find the history of it interesting. I don't know if any of you have read those, brown book chainmails. I had the opportunity to read one of them and kind of go, how the fuck did this work? Mostly because it was written for people who already knew what they were doing, and I had no idea what I was doing when I was reading it. But the idea of how it started from kind of like a really shit tier war game to turning into the dominant top 5th edition role-playing game that we have now, and that's cool. I just want to see that history. I want to see how that worked. I want to see the artwork, see some of the cool maybe letters written to each other from the artists and the developers. But yeah, that's really my big excitement. That, and maybe Tales from the Infinite Staircase, if only to do the Winds of Change again, just to see how overpowered my character will be. But yeah, for the 50th anniversary, you would think that there would be something a little bit more oomph. I don't even know what I would ask for. I would say if they could put all the, original modules in one big compendium, but then again, Hasbro probably wouldn't like that, and the shareholders wouldn't make as much money, because it's a lot easier to just spit them out every once in a while and make people wait and pay full price for something that shouldn't be. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I could think of. And maybe just re-release Vecna Lives, but just change everything to sort of 5th edition rules and not rewrite the whole thing, which I'm pretty sure that they're doing. But yeah, there's nothing really else I can think of. The New Player's Handbook, 1 D&D, does not excite me at all. Whatever the fact that, creatures can't crit, they're taking away one of the few things the DM can do to actually make the player maybe drop to 0. And I don't like the idea of detaching racial abilities into backgrounds. I think that backgrounds and racial abilities should be kept separate. They shouldn't be intermingled, but that's just me. I know that I'm kind of rambling here, but this is I'm not happy with the 50th anniversary of the world's greatest role-playing game that got me into, it's what helped me meet my wife, and it's very mid-tier, if that. There's nothing here that's exciting me. And that's why I'm going to be playing a lot more of Age of Rebellion and Edge of the Empire and fuck it, maybe more Twilight 2000. Depending on if Matt keeps running his campaign. 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons doesn't excite me anymore. It's boring. But, hey, let me know in the comments if you still like it. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong. I'm just here to tell you why I don't like it. Thank you guys very much for watching. My name is Justin, and as always, game on.